rollercoaster of a decade, with Kenobi, Boba Fett in episodes 7, 8 and 9 splitting opinion, shall we say, and Andor possibly being too little too late, even though it was very, very good. It seems The Mandalorian remains the only live-action success, the kind of jewel in the crown, so to speak, or as we should call it, the Baby Yoda show. Or Grogu, if you've actually seen it. But besides being all adorable and super popular, he also made the villain list in a way that all wannabe fiction writers, and pretty much everyone working in Hollywood today, should pay attention to. Because this is a masterclass in characterization. As if it wasn't enough that we can perfectly read the emotions of Din Djarin, even in a helmet, Filoni and Favreau made people fall in love with a character who can't communicate with them. Frog Lady. Now, for the unaware, in the second season of The Mandalorian, our heroes were tasked with escorting this amphibious female, I'm going to try it, Povenarian, hey, there you go, and her eggs, to her mate on another planet. The problem being, Baby Yoda, Grogu, liked to eat frogs and various slimy fauna, and he found the eggs to be too much to resist. Cue an avalanche of hate online for what was previously a universally adored character. I mean, look at him. How can you hate that? Well, people did. Now the question is, why? I mean, people have a much longer standing relationship with him. They've only just met her, and she doesn't even speak. We've seen Grogu eat plenty of other animals and use the Force on defenseless creatures, even another protective mother. So why did people care so much about her? Perfect characterization, that's why. You see, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between the fantasy, the memory, and the real. Remember that time you argued with someone in your head? The whole thing was in your brain and your whole body tensed up for a fight as if that argument was really happening. It's the same reason we connect emotionally to fictional characters. See, as far as our subconscious, our emotion center is concerned, they're as real as family members, even though they don't technically exist. Once we connect, their experience is our experience. We take what they go through personally, if we connect. Now, I can guarantee the vast majority of shows or movies that you watched that you didn't like or you just didn't connect to, they had no characters that you related to or admired, and that's why you didn't like them. That's why you didn't care what happened to them. Watch an action montage on YouTube and you'll see all these spectacular scenes that look cool but don't move you at all. You've got no investment. It's the human story in the midst of the explosions that give them stakes, make them matter at all. And it mystifies me how Hollywood can create so many characters who are either deeply unlikable or just, you just don't care about them. When Frog Lady shows us just how easy it is to create a character that people get defensive over after just one episode with hardly a word spoken. So for all those writers creating junk that nobody cares about, full of unlikable characters that nobody really wants to win, please stop, take a minute and read the checklist. Number 1, make them sympathetic. In this case, a vulnerable character in need of help. Giving her a gun or armour or making her a strong independent woman who don't need no man, that wouldn't help. Vulnerability equals sympathy equals likability. Anyone with a heart is rooting for her. 2, make them relatable. Insulting someone's mother is to go cruising for a bruising. And making this character a mother who's in fear for her ability to be a mother instantly makes them not just sympathetic, but in a way we all relate to. Being protective over your mother is a bit of a thing, isn't it? 3, make them likable. This isn't difficult. Think of all the things that make you not like someone and don't do that to your character. Frog Lady is intelligent and funny. She's not mean, smarmy, obnoxious. She's someone who you'd have a conversation with if she could talk and, exist. 4, give them a conflict to overcome. In this case, a perilous journey she can't make on her own with a strict deadline, as these are the last eggs she'll ever produce and they only last so long. Knowing this, every difficulty they all encounter together is seen as a personal tragedy for her, as it delays them, risking her mission. 5, emote. Clever dialogue is nice, but it isn't actually needed on screen. We all react to the emotions of others, especially when we care about them. When a frog we like and are sympathetic towards is facing an impossible task that we can relate to, we can really feel for her. We feel her fear, her sadness, her desperation, and just like that, boom, we're on her side. We're rooting for her, a frog. We have emotionally, subconsciously related to her, and now we feel for her actual, real feelings. And so when someone eats one of those precious limited eggs, we see her horror and we're connected to her, so we feel that horror, no matter who she's horrified at. It's pretty simple, really. And do I know what I'm talking about? How do I know anything? Well, I've been researching the science of fiction for 30 years. And I'm about to release my own new concept in storytelling. I would love your support in creating a new sci-fi for grown-ups. It's called Ex Uno, and it's launching publicly soon. So check out the website and the socials below, everything's linked. And if you like this sort of deep dive into modern fiction writing, why not consider subscribing and throwing me a like? Thank you for listening. I hope to see you again soon.